You're listening to Embrace Your Snake, the number one podcast for creators and entrepreneurs that have big ideas and need just a little bit of help to get them out into the world. I'm your host, Michael Jackson. Today, we're talking with an entrepreneur who runs a social media agency and coaching company. She's a worldwide speaker and hosts the podcast Business Growth Time. Her social media specialties are Facebook and Instagram marketing and ads, content and video marketing. She has more than 20 years of experience and has generated millions of dollars for her clients and her own business using online marketing strategies. So everybody, let's welcome to the show, Janet E. Johnson, and none of us know what the E stands for. I think we'll do a contest someday to figure that out. I'm going to go E stands for earnings. How about that, Janet?
Yeah, there you go. I like it. Hey, I think that's the first day. Hey, I have had Terry Bean doing podcasts with him for 150 episodes. He's never used the word earnings, and he has an E word every time. So that's good.
I like earnings. Yeah, you're helping a lot of people. So that is, I'm going to pretend it's earnings until like Rumpelstiltskin figures it out.
That's good.
Oh, gosh. So you are an amazing Facebook and Instagram. We're going to call it mentor, teacher, savant. How about that?
And savant.
I like that word, savant.
You're coming up with all these words. Okay.
I can't think of a good E word for savant. So maybe someone else has that. So I think a lot of people talk about Facebook and they talk about, well, here's how to do a lead ad, or here's how to do, XYZ ad, a carousel ad, or whatever. But I'd like to go beyond that with you because I already know for sure that you can tell everyone how to do that and they ought to check you out for that. But I want to go into how is it that Facebook ads and Instagram ads help business people maybe build their business and help their customers. That's really what I'm looking at. It's not an ad for ad's sake, but what does an ad do for someone's customers?
Well, man, I'm just thinking of all the different clients that I work with currently, and there are a number of different conversion pieces that we work with. So the goal is typically a conversion. Yes, I mean, I work with many brand awareness. Brand awareness is like hitting the boost button, throwing out a video, whatever, that's a brand awareness campaign. It's a simple ad to do. It's very simple. But to get a customer, to get a lead is the main goal of any business. We want lead generation, typically. Yes. That's the main thing to lead to a sale of some sort. I mean, we're not in business to do business for free, correct?
Correct. That is absolutely true. And actually, before you go into that, let's make something very clear. And you said this right up front. There's brand awareness, and then there is the advertising. So just so that we are clear and the audience is clear, go ahead and talk about the difference between the brand awareness type ad or even social media marketing and an ad. Because people get that confused, I think, a lot, especially on Instagram.
Yeah. And I think it depends on the business. I mean, I work with some big brands where their goal is to get people to walk into a Target, Walmart, Saks Fifth Avenue, whatever it may be. And so we can't go much beyond a brand awareness campaign because that's their goal. But then we try to take it a level further. So with that type of client, we would go to email campaign, for instance, so that we could track those conversions. Mm-hmm. But brand awareness is basically just getting in front of people, reaching the most people that you possibly can. And the best way to do that is with a video. Just video Great. Works for cost for the, video, whether you're putting money towards it or not, we could do a whole thing on that. But the world revolves around video when it comes to marketing, but it's the least expensive ad you can do is video. But a lot of people will do that for a brand awareness campaign. But I focus on, with my clients, we use tons of video for conversion campaigns too.
Gotcha. So
there's both sides of things.
And you're using video on your Instagram campaigns as well as on your Facebook campaigns, right?
Mm-hmm. We usually test both. And we will test a lot of different things for Facebook and Instagram for video. And then there's also testing stories separately.
How have you found the difference between, say, Facebook stories versus Instagram stories?
Facebook stories has not done very well. I
Well,
will usually launch a stories campaign specifically, and this is taking out all the feed, everything other than the stories, but I will sometimes do Facebook and Instagram just because, but then Facebook usually doesn't convert at all.
gotcha. So Facebook stories are basically stories for the heck of it, and Instagram stories actually can convert. Are you pushing people from those Instagram stories straight to the feed?
I am pushing people from Instagram. So for instance, this is a great scenario case study that I had done where we tested email list building for a client in the feed. So Facebook and Instagram, both the feeds, and we tested the same exact ad in Instagram stories. We converted at $3.55 a lead with the feed. We have gotten as low as $1.60 with a story.
Gotcha.
We now have moved all that email marketing advertising to the Instagram stories. It is a jewelry client, so it's the right type of brand for Instagram. We just did this with a trucking company. Similar thing. We tested at 8, and it didn't even convert on Instagram at all.
Excellent.
You got to test. You just got to test. But, it makes sense for jewelry to be on Instagram. And so, you kind of know the brands that will work the best for that.
It does really make sense for the jewelry to be on Instagram now that I think about it, especially because it almost ties into the travel kind of thing that goes on Instagram a lot, and the pets and cats and things like that. So.
Yeah, exactly. And trucking. Now, granted, we ran a feed ad with this trucking company, and the Instagram performed better than Facebook. So they automatically said our audience isn't on Instagram, and that's not true. You need to let the algorithm decide it for you. Let it, test them both. Test Instagram and Facebook and see what works. But you just need to let it test it, and don't assume. I think that's the biggest mistake that I see businesses making is assuming their audience. Mm-hmm.
I've seen so many people do that. They'll just assume that things don't work. And actually, one thing I see people doing is they forget about email marketing as if there's nothing there. And I'm like, dude, if it was me, I'd be pushing everybody off of everything into emails so I can control that list myself.
Yeah, every client that I work with currently, we are list building. Mm-hmm. And especially clients that can't track sales, like they're not, I guess e-commerce, we definitely do list building too, but I'm just saying that the bigger companies, we do list building specifically because that's one proven conversion piece that we can have.
Gotcha. Let's talk about, there's often two audiences that, as far as internet marketers, I'm going to put these into two big categories. You've got people who are neophytes and they're starting their first Shopify store, they're doing their first website or their first landing page. And then we've got people who have been around for a while and they've got everything set up. They've got their branding set for themselves and they've got a few clients under their belt and they are continuing to grow. A lot of campaigns that I have seen from other gurus always talk about, oh, let's double your list. Let's double your this or that. And for the new person, let's talk about them first that has nobody. What kind of advice can you give those people? Maybe you got 2 or 3 things you can talk to people who don't have their first client yet, and they are looking to get their first client. What can you tell them?
Bottom line is, here's the deal. List building should be consistent. So one of the things that the people that do the best with when it comes to like internet marketers, that kind of thing, they are always list building, always consistently list building and consistently putting. So it's not only just list building, meaning you have it on your website, but they're consistently putting money towards ad campaigns that are consistently putting people on their email list. I do it I took a break from it for a while, and that was actually, I have a mastermind partner, and this is one of the discussions that we had, that 2020 will be consistency with email list building for both of us. Like one of our big goals is that. So that is a thing, no matter if you're beginner, advanced, it doesn't matter. Consistently have something that is building your email list.
Right. Your own email list, not just your customers' email list, but build your own.
Exactly.
Don't be that shoemaker with no shoes. Build your own list.
Exactly. Consistently. So let's say you do product launches or something like that, that's great. You would maybe have a bigger ad spend during that time. But even if it's 10, 20, 30, whatever dollars per day, just consistently list building. And that would be my biggest advice for anyone. And it's including myself, because like I said, I took a break from it. Secondly, somebody that needs to make money ASAP, my suggestion is they do more of, it depends on the service. I mean, it completely depends on the client, the service, all that kind of stuff. But they need to do more of a conversion to a sales. Get somebody on a phone call. Lead ad. Lead ads right now, I'm doing very well with lead ads with multiple clients. Botox client, for instance, she had 70 leads for $300 in the last 30, it's been about 45 days. So a $300 ad spend in 45 days, 70 leads at $199 per person.
Yeah.
That comes in. So if you divided that by 4 and 1 out of 4 even came in, she's still at over a $3,000 profit.
Yeah, so, that's amazing leads. That's great.
So they fill in their name, email, phone number. That's a thought with the lead ads, depending on the business. Or you take them and get them to schedule a call with you. So if you're a service-based industry, figure out a way, special offer of some sort, maybe something that's going to wow them, get in front of your right audience, and then you need to convert directly to a sale. So somebody new that has no email list, you need sales, that would be what I would suggest, you put your money towards. But you still need to do both. Consistently email, less build too.
By the way, you said something that just really perked me up right there. And it's something I totally believe and people overlook because we're using the internet. And that is get them on the phone and talk to them. And there are so many companies on the internet, and I'm going to go with a ridiculously high number, maybe 95%, that one, don't even put their phone numbers on their websites, and two, don't want to talk to people. And my whole thing is I believe that the best social network is actually being social, talking to people and getting them in the door that way. So major props for saying, getting them on the phone and talking with them. What have you done?
Especially if you have a higher dollar value, like for my management clients, for instance, I talk to each of them, before that. So we call it like a discovery call. Get on a discovery call, a strategy call, whatever you want to call it. But bottom line is get them on a call. And it can be Zoom too.
Oh yeah.
It can be Zoom. It could be phone. If you're comfortable being on talking and them seeing you, that's better. It's actually better if you can do it through a Zoom. But some people just want to do a phone call, so that's completely up to you. But definitely leading to that.
So we talked about the neophytes, and some of that rolls over to the people who've been around for a while. What do you suggest for people who have been around for a while? Just give them a couple of bits of knowledge.
Never stop building. Never stop building that email list. And not just an email list, but, selling your products. And then the people that you've sold products to, don't forget that they can be great future customers for future products. Somebody that's already given you their credit card is probably that's your best prospect for getting another credit card payment, that kind of thing. So don't forget, just because you've sold to them once doesn't mean that, like I look at James Wedmore's business model. I don't know if you know who I'm talking about, but his business model is he's only upsells to people that already purchased from him. And that's it. Like he has his group of first level people, and then he only upsells to the same original people that bought, but not, so he only brings them in at the bottom level for the people that are cold and don't know them at all.
What other things should people be looking at if they, now specifically on Instagram and Facebook, should they be looking at if they want to sell those products to their clients? What are things that they need to do?
So it depends on if it's products, services. The key thing is to track conversion. So whether it's, so one of the things I've done with a ton of my clients, because they maybe didn't want to build a landing page, is that lead ad, because you're tracking who filled in the form. I have a wholesale client right now. She's marketing to wholesale. She wants to wholesale her product to other massage therapists, physical therapists, that kind of thing, chiropractors. So we did a lead ad for the wholesale group of people. And they have to fill in their entire address and everything. And that we're converting at less than $5 a lead, which is surprising, being that they have to fill in name, phone number, email, and their entire address.
That's an amazing amount of information to get someone to fill out.
It is, but it is, it's working. It's working tremendously. So that's one way. Another is to make it super easy ad is Messenger. So a Messenger ad, meaning they have to send you a message through Messenger in order to start the conversation. But what a great way to do an ad and convert. So now you're paying based on conversions to who messaged you.
Absolutely.
It's a really good one, but it's better if you can link it up to ManyChat or something that builds your subscriber list, because the downfall with that is that you're not necessarily collecting anything from them. Whereas the lead ad, you get their email, phone number, and you can put that email into MailChimp and do follow-up.
Exactly.
Whereas Messenger, you definitely, if you link it to ManyChat, then you can build subscribers, that kind of thing. Or the first question you could ask them, because you can automate it, is what is your email address?
Yeah.
And then you could get it that way.
So what else should we tell people before we sign off here about Facebook and Instagram?
I just want I think the big thing for me, that anybody that I ever work with, it's, I want you to go beyond that brand awareness that we talked about in the beginning. So you need something that's trackable, that you can track the conversions, very, very important. And don't give up too soon, because data tells you a lot. And you can learn from that data and transition. But if you give up too soon, you can't learn from the data. And then data is worth money. I mean, it really is. And if you learn from that data, learn from the data, shift. I mean, that's life, basically. With Facebook and Instagram ads, then you will lead to success with whatever you're doing. But track those conversions and learn from the data are my two biggest tips.
Now, if people want to get in touch with you, because I know you teach a lot of this stuff to people, and I've learned a ton from you. So what's the best ways for people to get in contact with you?
Basically, my website, janetjohnson.com, is the easiest way. And then you can track me down on any social networks. They're all on the website. And I have a contact form right in there that you can fill out. And like I said, set up that discovery call.
Excellent. I'll make sure we've got that down in the description, and I'm going to put it on the video so people can find it and get in touch with you too. So thanks for the brain dump. That's awesome stuff that you're sharing with us.
Well, thank you, Michael. No, I appreciate it. You did good questions to lead into them. So that's awesome.
Awesome. Well, we'll check you next time then.
Thank you.
And I just want to thank Janet for dropping by. You guys hit her up on her website, send her an email, get in touch with her if you have any more questions. I know she'd love to help you. Thanks. This is Michael Jackson. Peace.